Did you know that there are creatures so powerful that even the gods fear to face them? Beings capable of swallowing the sun, destroying mountains and plunging the universe into chaos with a single movement. From dragons that devour moons to monsters that challenge the balance of the cosmos, these entities are the true nightmares of every mythology. In this video you will meet the 34 most feared creatures of all time, beings so destructive that they could defeat even the most powerful gods. Prepare to immerse yourself in scary and epic stories, where the impossible becomes real. Stay with me until the end, because what you are about to discover will change everything you know about mythology. Let's begin. 1. Bakunawa. In the depths of the Philippine waters lives the Bakunawa, a colossal sea dragon that, according to legend, devours the moon on dark nights, plunging the world into darkness. Its serpentine form, with fins and a mouth capable of swallowing worlds, is said to be the personification of chaos. At each lunar eclipse, the ancients believed that the Bakunawa would try to devour the moon again, requiring people to make noise and beat drums to scare it away. Although defeated in some versions, the Bakunawa never completely disappeared, remaining a latent threat to the heavens and to the gods who dared to defy it. Its presence is a reminder that even in the face of divine light, shadows can always return. 2. Nidhogg. In the deep roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree of Norse mythology, crawls Nidhogg, the dark dragon who ceaselessly gnaws at the foundations of the cosmos. With his sharp fangs and an eternal appetite for destruction, Nidhogg not only threatens the stability of the sacred tree, but also the balance of the 9 realms. He feeds on the dead and conspires against the gods, waiting for the moment to rise during Ragnarok, the end of the world. With each bite of Yggdrasil, the universe feels the brunt of his wrath, and the gods know that if he completes his task, there will be no salvation for any of them. Nidhogg is the embodiment of inevitable chaos, ever lurking in the shadows. 3. Apophis. In ancient Egypt, as the god Ra travels through the underworld in his solar boat, he faces the threat of Apophis, the giant serpent of chaos, every night. Apophis is not just a creature. He is the embodiment of eternal darkness, a being who feeds on light and revels in destruction. Even though he is defeated daily by the combined powers of Ra and his allies, Apophis is never completely destroyed. Should he ever win, the sun will no longer rise, plunging the world into eternal, desolate night. His presence in the underworld is a reminder that chaos can never be completely eradicated, only contained. 4. Ravana. From the seething lands of Hindu mythology comes Ravana, the 10-headed, 20-armed demon king whose ambition and power defied even the gods themselves. A master of magic and martial arts, Ravana ruled with an iron fist, and his legend is told in the epic Ramayana, where he kidnapped Sita, the wife of the god Rama. His intelligence and strength made him nearly invincible, and only a god incarnated as a man managed to defeat him. Yet his defeat was a warning. Ravana was not just a monster, but a reminder that not even the gods are above corruption and defiance. He is the symbol of boundless ambition and power that defies the very heavens. 5. Balor. Shrouded in the mists of ancient Ireland, Balor, the one-eyed Fomorian giant, spread terror wherever he went. His single eye possessed such destructive power that any being that crossed his gaze was instantly destroyed. As the leader of the Fomorians, a race of brutal and chaotic beings, Balor was the greatest enemy of the Celtic gods. He was finally defeated by his grandson Lugh in an epic battle, but not before bringing destruction and chaos to the divine and mortal realms. His story is a reminder that even in his death, the threat of chaos lingers, waiting for another opportunity to return. 6. Humbaba. In the dense and sacred forests of Mesopotamia, Humbaba, the guardian of the cedar forest, was a vision of pure terror. Placed there by the gods to protect the sacred sanctuary, his appearance was so terrifying that few dared approach him. With a roar that shook the earth and a power that challenged even the bravest heroes, Humbaba seemed invincible. It was only through the union of Gilgamesh and Enkidu that he was finally defeated, but his death brought the wrath of the gods, proving that even their own creations could escape their control. Humbaba is the personification of wild, uncontrollable and deadly nature. 7. Yamata no Orochi. In ancient Japan, Yamata no Orochi was a colossal dragon with 8 heads and 8 tails, whose mere presence was enough to devastate entire villages. Every year, he demanded the sacrifice of a young girl, spreading terror among mortals and making the gods wary. Only Susanoo, the god of storms, had the courage to face him, devising an ingenious plan to get the monster drunk before delivering the final blow. Even after his defeat, Orochi's legacy lives on, symbolizing the forces of chaos that, even when controlled, can never be completely erased. 8. Taotai. In ancient China, Taotai is a creature shrouded in mystery and terror, representing insatiable greed. With a huge mouth and an appetite that can never be satisfied, he is often depicted in ritual bronzes as a warning against excess. Taotai is depicted as a being capable of devouring everything and everyone, including the gods themselves, in his endless quest for more. He is not just a monster, but a symbol of the destruction that comes from uncontrolled desire. It is believed that his power continues to reside deep within the earth, waiting to consume again whatever he finds. 9. Cipactli. In early Aztec times, Cipactli, the primordial sea monster, swam the waters of chaos, devouring everything in his path. With a mouth full of sharp teeth at every joint of his body, he was the personification of voracious appetite and untamed chaos. When the gods tried to create the world, they used Cipactli's body as a base, but not without a fierce struggle. Even in defeat, his essence never completely disappeared, and his eternal hunger still threatens to return, symbolizing the cost of cosmic balance. 10. Zipacna. From Mayan myths comes Zipacna, a being of immense strength and boundless arrogance, brother of the fearsome Cabrakan. Known for his ability to move mountains with ease, he is a personification of untamed nature. Zipacna used his strength to challenge even the gods, relying on his cunning and raw power to prevail. However, his ambition led to his downfall when the Mayan hero twins, Hunahpu and Ixbalanque, tricked and defeated him. His story is a warning about the dangers of pride and uncontrolled power, but also a reminder that even the most powerful can be defeated by intelligence and unity. 11. Amaru. In the Andean mountains, among the clouds that touch the sky, glides Amaru, the winged serpent of Inca mythology. Representing both fertility and destruction, Amaru is a living duality, capable of creating life by bringing rain or destroying mountains with his wrath. Although he is revered as a sacred being, his colossal appearance and limitless power make him feared even by the gods. Amaru is a force that connects heaven, earth, and the underworld, a reminder that the balance between creation and destruction is delicate and can be disrupted at any moment. 12. Amo. In the crystal-clear waters of Hawaii lurk the Amo, giant dragons who rule the watery realm. These creatures are said to have the power to control rain and storms, shaping the fate of the islands and their inhabitants. Although they are often seen as guardians, their wrath can devastate entire villages with raging floods and storms. The Amo are both protectors and destroyers, and even the Hawaiian gods treat them with respect and caution. Legend has it that only the pure of heart can approach the Amo without facing their wrath. 13. Typhon. In Greek mythology, Typhon is the embodiment of terror, a colossal monster born of the earth and the underworld, destined to challenge the gods of Olympus. With 100 dragon heads and a body so large that his hands reached east and west, Typhon was the greatest threat Zeus ever faced. During their epic battle, Typhon managed to wound the king of the gods, almost securing his victory. However, Zeus, with his strength and cunning, managed to defeat him and imprison him beneath Mount Etna. It is said that his wrath is still felt in volcanic eruptions, a reminder that chaos is never completely dormant. 14. Tornarsuk. In the frigid Arctic, Tornarsuk, the evil spirit of Inuit mythology, lurks in the storms and the bitter cold. He is a primordial force, capable of shaping the weather and bringing calamities that defy even the gods. Tornarsuk is both feared and respected, a reminder that nature, in its rawest form, is unstoppable. Inuit shamans believed that only those who mastered the spiritual arts could resist his influence. His presence is felt in every gust of icy wind, a warning that the balance between man and nature is fragile. 15. Kashii the Deathless. Kashii the Deathless is a dark and terrifying figure from Slavic mythology, a wizard whose life is protected by a deadly secret. His immortality lies not in his body, but in an egg enclosed in a needle, which rests in a magical vault, protected by traps and monsters. Kashii is the nightmare of heroes, capable of using dark magic to subdue even the most powerful. Even the gods avoid him, knowing that to face him means challenging a power beyond death. His legend is a warning about the dangers of the desire for immortality and power. 16. Rainbow Serpent. In Australian Aboriginal legends, the rainbow serpent is both creator and destroyer. He shaped rivers, mountains and valleys, bringing life and balance to the world. However, his wrath is devastating, and when provoked, he can destroy everything he has created. Revered as a deity, the rainbow serpent is a symbol that creation and destruction go hand in hand. Its presence is felt in every storm and flood, a reminder that the natural world cannot be controlled. 17. Ashungalu. From ancient Sumeria comes the Ashungalu, a mythical creature with the body of a lion and the tail of a dragon. A guardian of ancient secrets, his name means Great Dragon, and he is both a protector and a threat. His power was believed to be so great that he could destroy the balance of the cosmos, defying the gods themselves. Although rarely mentioned in detail, his existence symbolizes the danger of forces that cannot be understood or controlled. 18. Loten. In the depths of the primordial sea, Loten, the sea monster of Ugaritic mythology, slithers with 7 heads and an insatiable appetite for destruction. He is the embodiment of aquatic chaos, defying the gods and threatening the order of the cosmos. Only Baal, the storm god, dared to face him in a battle that shook the heavens and the seas. Although defeated, Loten remains as a symbol of the danger that lurks in the depths, ready to return. 19. Azzi-Dahaka. In Persian mythology, Azzi-Dahaka is the 3-headed demon dragon who symbolizes corruption and ultimate evil. This monstrous being is not only a threat to mortals, but also to the divine balance of the cosmos. From each of his heads, it is said, disease and pestilence can be exhaled, capable of devastating entire kingdoms. In Zoroastrianism, he is one of the servants of the supreme evil, Engra Mainyu, and is destined to bring about the end of the world if he is not stopped. His defeat, according to prophecy, will be achieved by divine heroes, but until then, Azzi-Dahaka remains a fearsome force whose mere existence threatens divine creation. He is a reminder that even the gods are not safe from the forces of chaos and destruction. 21. Leviathan. From the depths of the ocean rises the Leviathan, a gigantic sea monster that permeates Middle Eastern mythologies and biblical texts. It is described as a colossal serpent or dragon whose presence threatens both the heavens and the earth. Capable of swallowing whole ships and causing devastating storms, the Leviathan is the symbol of aquatic chaos. In some legends, it is defeated by god or divine heroes, but its immense strength and destructiveness make it a constant threat. Representing the indomitable power of the waters, the Leviathan is a force that transcends mortal comprehension and defies even the deities. 22. Vritra. In the Vedic mythology of India, Vritra is the great serpent or dragon that imprisons all the waters of the world, plunging the cosmos into drought and despair. This cosmic monster is the archenemy of the god Indra, who faces Vritra in a battle that decides the fate of the universe. With his thunderbolt, Indra finally defeats the serpent, freeing the waters and restoring life to the world. However, the legend of Vritra is a reminder that chaos and destruction are always lurking, ready to challenge the divine order. His presence symbolizes the eternal struggle between creation and the destructive forces that threaten to engulf it. 23. Behemoth. In the Hebrew scriptures, Behemoth is described as a colossal land creature, a monster of incomparable strength that inhabits the vast expanses of the earth. He is often associated with primordial chaos, representing the raw power of nature that defies divine control. According to legend, Behemoth is so powerful that only at the end of time will he be defeated by God, during the final judgment. His presence is a reminder that even under the rule of the gods, uncontrollable forces still exist, waiting for their opportunity to break free and sow destruction. 24. Bulgasari. From Korean mythology comes Bulgasari, a monstrous creature that devours metal, consuming swords, spears, and armor as if they were mere snacks. This being, with his impenetrable body and insatiable appetite, is a threat to both mortals and gods. Bulgasari is often associated with stories of revenge, emerging to punish those who abuse their power. Although he is defeated in some versions, his ability to neutralize the weapons and defenses of the gods makes him a formidable force. He is a reminder that even with all their power, the gods are not invulnerable. 25. Akarokamwi. In Ainu legend, the Akarokamwi is a giant octopus that inhabits the waters of Japan, with a body so large that it can swallow entire villages. This monster is feared for its ability to destroy ships and sink coastal cities with its wrath. Its fury is said to be unleashed when humans or gods desecrate its territory. Despite its destructive nature, Akarokamwi is also revered as a sea deity, representing the indomitable power of the oceans. Its story is a warning to respect the forces of nature, which can turn against those who defy them. 26. Wekyuf. In Mapuche beliefs, the Wekyuf are evil spirits that bring chaos and destruction to the human and divine worlds. These dark entities are capable of corrupting harmony and spreading disease, and are often associated with black magic. The Wekyuf are so feared that even the gods avoid confronting them directly, recognizing their potential to wreak havoc in the heavenly realms. Although they can be controlled by powerful shamans, their unpredictable nature makes them a constant threat. They represent the dark forces that lurk in the shadows, always ready to attack. 27. Pwakai. In New Zealand legends, Pwakai is a giant, predatory bird, so powerful that it can capture humans and even challenge gods. With its sharp talons and immense wings, it dominates the skies, spreading terror wherever it goes. The Maori believed that Pwakai was a vengeful spirit of nature, punishing those who violated the laws of the natural world. Although few stories tell of its defeat, its legend remains as a symbol of the unstoppable power of nature and the fragility of even deities in the face of such savage forces. 28. Tucholcha. From Etruscan mythology comes Tucholcha, an enigmatic creature who inhabits the underworld, ruling with authority over life and death. With a terrifying appearance and magical powers, he serves as the guardian of the realm of the dead, punishing those who try to cheat fate. Even the gods respect Tucholcha, recognizing his influence over the eternal cycle of life and death. He is a reminder that not even deities can escape the inevitable. 29. Devi. The Devi, giants of Caucasian mythology, are beings of immense strength who inhabit the mountains and challenge heroes and gods alike. These colossuses are known for their resilience and ambition, constantly seeking to expand their domain. Although they are often defeated by cunning heroes, their brute strength is so impressive that even the gods hesitate to face them. They represent the chaotic forces of nature, always ready to challenge the divine order. 30. Abasai. In Siberian mythology, the Abasai are demons of the underworld, associated with destruction and corruption. These dark beings have the power to manipulate souls, corrupting both mortals and gods. The Abasai are said to inhabit deep, icy caves, where they conspire to bring chaos to the upper world. Their presence is feared even by the gods, who recognize their ability to upset the balance between life and death. 31. Simurgh. The Simurgh, from Persian mythology, is a mythical bird of infinite wisdom and power. Although generally benevolent, its strength is so immense that it could subdue the gods themselves if it so desired. Representing the balance between knowledge and power, the Simurgh is a symbol that even the wisest beings can be dangerous. Its legend echoes as a reminder that true power lies in harmony. 32. Misogyne Big. In the legends of African mythology, Misogyne Big is a gigantic serpent that inhabits sacred rivers and lakes. Its body is so colossal that it can alter the course of rivers with a simple movement. With its power over water, it is capable of causing devastating floods, destroying villages, cities, and even kingdoms. The ancients believed that its wrath could be awakened by greed or lack of respect for sacred territories. Although generally shunned by the gods, Misogyne Big is feared as a primordial force of nature, capable of challenging even aquatic deities. His appearances are always accompanied by destruction, a reminder of the indomitable power of the waters. 33. Asura Mahishasura. In Hindu mythology, Mahishasura is an Asura demon, with buffalo-like features whose strength and cunning shook the heavens and the earth. After defeating countless gods in battle, he seemed invincible, for he had been given a boon that no man could kill him. His tyranny forced the gods to join forces to create Durga, the warrior goddess, who was conceived as the only one capable of defeating him. Yet, his battle with Mahishasura was epic and prolonged, for he possessed powers that rivaled those of the gods. Her eventual defeat brought relief to both the divine and mortal realms, but her legend remains a warning that unbridled ambition and unchecked power can challenge even the mightiest of pantheons. 34. Octina. In the stories of the Cherokee people, Octina is described as a gigantic serpent with horns and a glowing crystal on her forehead, known as the Jewel of Light. This mystical creature lives deep in the forests and mountains, guarding ancient secrets and powers that defy comprehension. It is said that her eyes can mesmerize and kill any being, mortal or divine, who dares to confront her. Octina is revered and feared as a force that transcends the limits of the mortal world, representing both destruction and wisdom. Even the gods hesitate to challenge her, for her wrath can bring calamities that upset the balance of the universe. She is the embodiment of the wild power of nature, uncontrollable and eternal.